Welcome to another story time, and this is going to be a little bit different than we've done, and I hope holds your attention, but it may not, because there isn't a lot of conflict in what I'm about to describe to you. But these are some of the princes of music and celebrity that I have met over the years and dealt with in one way or another, either in my work as a musician and a singer, or in radio or print journalism, or in promotion, working with churches. I've met and dealt with a lot of these people, and they were awesome. Just great people to work with. So this may not be as exciting as the stars and celebrities and famous musicians acting badly, because as we know, every good story, every good movie, every good novel has conflict in it. And these by and large don't, because I just wanted to give a shout out to some awesome people who were very cooperative and excellent. And then tell you a joke that might tie the whole thing together, or at least be a little bit entertaining at the end there. But Bill Bruford, yes, Genesis, King Crimson, amazing English gentleman who was great with me, just amazing. A year or two ago, I interviewed Stuart Copeland, one of my all-time favorite drummers and musicians, and I was a huge Police fan when I was younger, and still am. I can't say I agreed with all of his opinions as we talked, but I'm telling you, this guy is a prince. He spent an hour and a half with me on the phone. It wasn't necessary, but I was very appreciative. Great guy. Billy Cobham. I had the opportunity to interview a couple of times, drive him home to his hotel one night from a gig, see him in clinic several times. Always a perfect gentleman, erudite scholar, great drummer, great guy. Will Kennedy, beautiful guy. Mark Egan, the bassist, great. I interviewed Bill Evans one time, not the famous piano player, that would have been cool too, but Bill Evans, the saxophonist, who was huge in the 80s and 90s, up-and-comer. Charlie Musselwhite, blues great. Charlie Musselwhite spent a lot of time with me in an interview. Great guy. Bob Olson, I did my graduate work on Motown, and Bob Olson was instrumental in getting that done. He is an amazing figure and a very humble guy. He's down in Nashville now. He was a mastering and then a tracking engineer at Motown for years in Detroit. Moved out to LA to work with them when they were there. They decided that wasn't his thing, and got involved in film recording for film and mixing for film and all soundtracks, all that stuff. Wound up in Nashville doing mastering. He's got an amazing, immense amount of knowledge and has had a storied career, and he's very willing to share that with anyone who asks. Awesome guy. Can't recommend him as just a prince of a person highly enough. Who else? Let's see who we have here. Steve Green, world famous Christian artist. I got to sing with at one point with a choir. We backed him up, and he was just great to work with, a very personable fellow. Bobby Manriquez, blues guitarist who has also worked with Nils Lofgren and a bunch of other major artists. Real sweet guy, real easy to interview. I even got to talk to Alex Acuna once. I met a guy who had studied with him, another studio musician who had studied with Alex, and he gave me his personal number. And I never did get out to California to study with Alex, but I spent about a half an hour with him on the phone, and he was just awesome. Very normal, sweet, easy to talk to guy. So many people over the years. Jim Santella, local radio legend, spent a lot of time with me and my friend Dave when we were just out of high school, and that got us started on a radio career. So many great people who are willing to share of their experience in themselves, and I appreciate that. That brings us to some local legends that I'm not going to mention right now because I'm going to do a whole separate video on some of the great people in my life locally who were so influential, and many of them we've lost. They're gone, so I want to do a little tribute to them. So many great people who are willing to give of themselves, their knowledge, and their time, and it will always be remembered and appreciated, at least by me, so thank you. Will McFarland, who at one point was Bonnie Raitt's guitar player, and has established himself as a wonderful singer, songwriter, blues artist, gospel singer, tours and travels around the country. And my band and some of my musicians got to back him up several years back. And he told us a great joke. So I'll share that with you now to close out this story time. It seems a band was doing a showcase, a hot young band, up and coming, was doing a showcase in New York City with all the A&R men from the record labels present. All the major labels were in a bidding war over this band, and they knew it. And they're putting on their show and thinking to themselves, this is going to be great. Finally, we made it. We're going to get a huge advance. We're going to be huge stars. We're going to be millionaires. I can't wait. The guitar player's thinking, I'll get a whole new, 5 new guitars and a whole new Marshall stack. The drummer's thinking, I'm going to get that Maserati I've always wanted. The keyboard's thinking, I can't wait to purchase my latest synthesizer. The singer's like, man, I will just be rolling in dough, brand new car, house, all kinds of girls. This is going to be great. The bass player's thinking, A, D, 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 A, E, E, E. Musicians get it. All right, that's story time for today. We'll get into some more meat and potatoes of maybe some conflict in future editions. But I just wanted to give a shout out to some of the great, awesome people I have met in this industry who have been easy to work with, who have been easy and willing to share their knowledge, and who've just been great people. I'm sure there's a bunch I've missed or forgotten, and I'll try to get to them in a future video. But thank you for being normal, human, and wonderful. God bless.